Hello, welcome to Garage Alert video. This is different from usual. We're doing some daily game development streaming. Um, I have a game that I started on along to work alongside a couple friends of mine. Sometimes you'll see them in the chat. Got Zero and Wild Sand working with us. Um, this is as side effect of being recently laid off. So we're to focus time on something in addition to just whatever other free time we've got. So we're gonna try to be productive in some fashion. Uh, yeah, that's just sort of quick spiel, I guess. Getting things set up. Anyway, back to what I was doing before I was rudely interrupted by a blue screen. We are working on a truck driving game, but it's like an arcadey, um, I don't know, driving game of some sort, avoiding obstacles and things like that. You'd automatically drive forward, dodge things, uh, various obstacles or other enemies shooting at you and projectiles, things like that. Somewhat, I don't know how bullet helly we want to get it with it, but that's something we'll figure out along the way. But today, my focus has been on getting the trailer physics to work for our truck. So right now, we have a trailer that sort of swings along the back, which is what we want. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. One of the features we want is we've got a speed boost, which it's hard to notice, but it's easier to notice when you got things relative to you to see. That's changing speed. Another thing is a barrel roll, which I think yeah, okay, it came back. So yeah, something I want to work on today, fix up, working today is getting the trailer to not be so floaty. Like it is just kind of swinging about on its own. And it's not quite fixed on where a hitch point would be. It sort of is, but not completely. So that's kind of what I've been working on for the past, I don't know, however long I've been streaming today before I started this. A half hour, hour ish, 45 minutes, something like that. I'm not sure if this limit is causing issues or not. Did we add it? Let's do. This is for the trailer. Let's test this. It is kind of a little better, I think, maybe. It's funny that it just kind of defaults to swing it off to the side instead of like stay behind you. But I wonder if that's a center mass issue. Like, where's the center mass? I would think I want it like here maybe? Z or the X axis, but I don't know what this means because there's no like visual indicator of where this center mass is. Is there a way to visualize that? Let's get that. Let's do some cool thing. Um, is it a gizmo thing? Create a blueprint and build your object. Drag and drop the blueprint on the level editor. It's property. Look at a thing from 2019. That's not. I don't want to. Do I want the viewports? Right. Another thing I should have mentioned at the intro was that I have limited Unreal experience. So, kind of just learning it as I go. I don't think it's. So, a lot of it is just kind of figuring things out. Is this something? What was that? Was that just general? Hmm. I vaguely recall being able to look at different multiple viewports, but I wonder if that is a. If that was just like an old version of Unreal that I had used that had let you lay things out in different quadrants of the viewport or multiple viewports. I'm not quite sure what's only why it's showing the. That's not helpful. Would debug that where does this connect to? Is there a way? What would I connect this to? Because I don't want this. I want this in the viewport at all times. But maybe this is only. I guess I could just have it. We'll just do the begin play. We'll see what this looks like. This might. Um, I think I messed something up. I'd imagine the because I'm moving at the. Anyway, let's not waste time on that. Even though it is probably useful to have. I don't think anything is going to be useful. Yeah. I think the center mass might be something that plays into this. What did we offset this by? 100? Let's just increase this by. What does this look like if I do 0? Those essentially what are these grid squares 100 spaces? Or, whatever that means, whatever units that is. Somewhat. Yeah, it looks like it. All right, what's 0? So we want, if center mass is, I don't know, we're center of object maybe? Maybe it already is centered. Just because of location-wise on the space, in the model mesh space. So maybe I need a center mass backwards, like towards me, or toward further back. Let's just try minus 100. What does this actually do? Will this actually do anything though? It definitely seems like it's doing something. So we're sort of getting there. Oh, that's not what I meant. So let's stick with those values for now. Let's increase the. This was by default 0.01. 5. See what that looks like. Let's go back to defaults. And then if we change that to 0.03, I don't know. Let's raise it something like 10 times what that initial value was. Did we actually want to go backwards? Because, like, this seems to be working, right? Because it seems to be straightening behind. So if I have it forward. Because it's like adjusting so that it is behind. Well, sort of. We're getting there. We're inching closer. We made this heavier, or more massive rather. I guess technically heavier because gravity is involved. Double the mass. Should be working. What are tons to kilograms? Because based off of my memory, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Roughly 1 US ton is about 900 ish kilograms. So this is roughly 60 tons, US tons, that is. Um, what is the average? Would be the average weight of 80,000 pounds? Hmm. Okay, yeah, that's roughly what I figured. So in the 30, so like a fully stocked would be in, let's go 40. A little heavier. Not that we're going for realism, perfect realism here anyway, but um, let's just increase this by 500 just to see what happens. Okay, we're still. I think once it's like off centered, it like it becomes more difficult for it to like correct itself. I don't need to like spend too much time with this today, even though this is like my goal of getting this stuff sort of working. Um, let's lower this. I want to have a little swingy. I wonder if the speed I am going plays a big part of that. So if I, where did I, how did I set this up? The base speed of this was, how did they calculate this? Because I saw it somewhere. Character movement. Let's see. Walk speed. Centimeters a second. What a weird thing to like. I guess this is technically walking. It was off. Um, what did that be? Oh, that's slow. 1200 centimeters a second is about 27 miles per hour. So we want higher than that. Let's just let's just double it. If I remember right, this is this value that I had here. Sort of what we were looking at. Do speed boost amount? I think that is additive. Is that how I did this? So it takes the no, not that. Wait, is that it? No. Speed boost amount. So the boost amount plus the base speed. Yeah. So base the however long you're holding the button for sort of builds up into. So it starts at 0 and then it builds. Sneeze. It goes from 0 to this speed boost amount over the course of like however long the build up time is. In this case. So it goes from 0. So it goes from the base speed to the base speed plus the boost speed. So in this case 2400 centimeters per second to the actual max boost speed 3600, I think, because it's these two added together. So it goes from 2400 to 3600 over the course of 2 seconds. Sort of how all this mathed out. There's probably a simpler way of doing this instead of this spaghetti blueprinting, but yeah, now that we're going faster. Maybe this is a little too quick. What's the midway? 1800? Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's fine for now. We will save what I have. Push this to the Git repository so that we have all this ready to go for the for future generations. All right. Now, let's move on to the other thing I wanted to work on. Um, I've got time to keep going at it. Um, so the next thing I want to work on is some kind of level layout thing. So we'll have a start point and a point, and those will be like um, predefined sort of uh, like chunks of a level, and then fill in the gap between with road sections. So I'll need a start point and end point for blueprints. Um, and then I'll need like a road piece just to start off. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Is there a way I could convert things into a blueprint? I suppose it doesn't. I could. It's not really necessary, I suppose. Um, Blueprint. Let's go with seen the one we want. Or is it one static? Do static meshes by default have physics? Let's see, what do these have? The colliders. Well, let's. I think we want that print class of static mesh actor. I think that's what we want. Maybe. Maybe just an actor. I'm trying to think of how this, like the structure of this will start with just an actor. We'll have a static mesh component. Call this floor. We will. No, we don't want that. For now, we'll just do a basic. I'm not sure what these objects are. Basic shapes. Yeah, this guy. Um, locked. One, five. How big do we want these to be? Where's the material? Do they have a material on these by default, or do I have to add a material? That I don't know if that does anything. It's the floor. We will make this. If we place one of these into okay, so that's kind of what we're. Where's the player start? That is that just 000? Nope, not that one. We want this at 000. We'll hide that for the time being. The player should be above it. Yeah, so this is kind of where we want it to start. We'll go. Is there a way to is it because the mesh I chose was a static mesh, this cube static mesh instead of like a brush or something? Or you know what? Let's try something different. We don't want 100. We're gonna try something different. We're gonna go full box. Zero, zero it out. Go point. Five. No. We don't need it to be large in the z-axis. 100 is too much. I forget the brush. The brush settings are kind of what we care about, not the scale. So let's cut that in half. 5,000. Is that what we want? I don't know if this is actually what we want width-wise, but I think that's what I did last time. Let's do... How long do we want this segment to be? This seems like a good length for the start. I don't know if this applies to the full thing. I don't think it did. No. Okay. Well, so 10,000, 3,000, 10. Let's reset this. Because I forget how this brush thing works. Because it's like you have to set all this stuff first. Like select the material first. It's weird. Because otherwise you're just adding it to all the faces. There's probably a way to do it to change that. Where did I have these before? I think it was on the meshes. Whatever. Um, volume. Fucking. Okay, so we need it to be 50. That looks right. I think I mathed that right. Um, Mostly. We just did the offset. So what is that? 1600? Yeah. Okay. I think that's like width-wise, it's fine. Okay. Um, or yeah, super wide because this is just a blocking volume. What if that big? How tall do we want this? That's probably fine. Have one for the right. I don't know if we're gonna, because I think what we want is like, we don't want walls, obviously, because you're driving on the open road. Put that under there. Now, is there a way to convert this? Let's put this in the blueprints folder. Let's delete that one. Don't need that one. Actually, we could probably put the. Did I add the block-in volume? What are the block-in volumes? What are those? We'll see what happens from here. We could always just add the collider and after the fact. If this is if it doesn't add those, which I'm hesitant to think that's the case. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we'll need to add the collision. This has some right? Right. It doesn't where's the floor? Where do I have that? Is it just this? Yeah, it's the floor stack mesh. Okay. How do I disable these? I don't want to just I don't want to delete it. Let's convert this for now. To a blueprint so that I can delete it. And then re-edit. I'm gonna write this down. I don't. Okay, good. Don't want that stuff shown on screen. We will do this. So this should. Okay. We do need the what did I have here? Did I have some kind of collider? I remember looking at this stuff like when I set this up the other day and I forgot what I had to do to get the collision working. Because the static mesh is just a static mesh. It's not gonna necessarily have um it's not gonna necessarily have the collider. But let's see what we if I open this. Is there a collider? There's not. Let's save that. There we go. So it was just a matter of adding the collider. The same one. I have to remember I still have laundry stuff going on and take care of that. Let's see. So that's good. Let's add. We'll need another collision. Box collision. Oh. We'll do. We'll say. All right, let's shape. We need it to be 60, 6,000? No, 5,000, right? Um, and height wise, these numbers just make no sense. It's like kind of just goes all over the place. There doesn't seem to be consistency in some of these things. So if I did 10, it's not even. Let's do 100. right? No, we wanted 400, if I remember correctly. Yeah. 410, 405 along the X or the Y. 800 plus the width, so, or half width. So it was, no, it's 1500 before, but because numbers are weird in this, that's 64, 1532. Is it just that? Okay. Yeah, these are weird. We should have the naming make sense. Although it's okay, let's call that right. So we could go ahead and that. How big were these? I think I doubled in size these guys, or more than double. Let's increase them. Why not? Close that. These don't need to be 3200. We'll say 200 so that it's consistent with what I had before. Uh huh. Why did this not work? I don't know what that did. Nothing. Let's see. Let's just say block all for. We'll figure out because we're gonna want like things off the side of the. We want things on the sides of the road, like that The idea being that we're going to have enemies on the side of the road that will need um, projectiles to be able to pass through the bounding mountain. But we don't want the player to pass through it. Okay, that worked. Good. All right. So level start is working. I think the bounding volume should actually be halfway in. So 16 or yeah, 1500. Reason being, um, when we're I think when we're doing curved roads, I think the way I'm picturing it is like laying it out in front of you, but then it's also sort of offset a little bit, right? So it's laying the piece by piece in front, and then occasionally shifted to the left or right to create um like that curve. So we'll duplicate this. All this level end. We'll just change up the I don't know, what's a different thing? Honestly, it doesn't matter. Let's use that. How big is this road? How big is this? We'll call this level. How big did I make this? This was like 10,000 by 3,000. I think that's fine. All right, so we're gonna call this. I think they'll all just, for the time being, these will all be consistent in terms of size for now. We'll play around with that later. Uh, let's add. Why is there two different ground models? We'll use this one. We're on the right. Yeah. So we got start, end, and then all the pieces that fill in the gap between. Um, we'll have some kind of blueprint. Um, level layout. Uh, uh, start. These will be. What do we have here? Sure. Level. He's exposed. Um, gonna delete this for the time being. We're gonna add this to the thing. Oh, throw it out. Um, I'm not sure how this works. Can I just drop that in? No. Okay. Good. So I've got the wrong type then. So is this a blueprint? Is not a thing, is it? I would see. I would assume it's like what is this type of object? Status magnetic. I don't know if that's correct. Because these are essentially oh yeah. So essentially what I want to do is use these as no, we don't want that. Um I want to be able to drop an object in here. Is it a class? Is that it? I think it's a class actually. It's been so long since I've done this. Because what I want to do is have a class reference. I think that's what we wanted. Yeah. So that I can yeah, there we go. So you're using the class as the reference, and then it's gonna the idea being it's gonna spawn in create an object that is an instance of that create an instance of that class. Um, we're gonna go level start. Uh, how did we do this? Create. We're not casting. Spawn actor from class. Is this it? We're just doing some here. So we'll use that. But what if I do this? Okay. Spawns that in. Oop, good. This. This is essentially the offset of where we're putting the endpoint. So the X position offset by 10,000. You know what? Let's do 20 or 10,000. Level. How do we rename? Let's do level piece offset. Part. Um, how many parts do we want? Integer. Let's say we have. So it goes the start, however many parts, then the end. So then we'll go the math, the way it'll work is it'll go we need to do another spawn. I think we'll do spawn again. Except we'll change this to level part. Suppose that. We'll want like road. Yeah, road was the one we want. Let's do a for loop. For loop, for each loop, for loop. First, this we'll do last index. We'll do level part. I forget. Is this inclusive? We'll find out. Um, go here, go here. Then we'll take this index, fly by break. Take the trans that. We'll take, what is the offset? X, so we'll do that by that. Make transform, is it just transform? How do we do this again? Forget how you rejoin them. What the wording is, it's just make transform. It's just a vector. Yeah. We'll just feed this back in itself. It's back in itself. We don't need to mess with any of that. Get these out of the way. We're just doing some organization. So X, I think this should be the same. I don't think we would want to change these. And we'll take that, return it back into here. Assuming that's all correct, it can go up here, set here. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm looping through however many parts I want to have. In this case, 3. We'll do 1 through 3. We'll count 1 through 3, and each iteration in that loop, it increases the value by 1, and then takes that number, multiplies it by I messed up here. So what we're doing is we're multiplying the offset. Is this a local vector space to world space? we want to get the, so we're adding all these together. We need the base actor's position and then add it to all this other stuff. I think what we'll need to do, what is this? Rotator, we'll need rotator. Um, line rotators. So we'll come, what does this do? That's, that's, it add vectors, right? Or is there a way to, how do we do vector maps? Because I don't want to, if I have to, I'll just add all the values together, but I'd rather add vector A to vector. I think this is just a lot of extra stuff. Okay. If it is going to be this complicated, scale is also a vector. Does this need to be this doesn't need to be a transform. This could just be a vector. We'll simplify it. We'll just make it as a vector. It's variable type. This is going to break some things, I'm sure. No, we wanted this. That's what I meant. So these should be, don't need this. We could just go rotator into this. Okay, so we're going to take double offset vector. That's got a vector. Now we need to let's break this. Add these. It's to X. It's gonna get a little messy. There. No, we'll do this. Move this stuff forward. So, add. I would have thought they had a simpler way to do this, but so it goes. We're essentially just adding a bunch of scalar values together and finding it to make a vector. Okay. I think this is good. So let's see what this does. Oh, let's actually. Where are these placed? So it is spawning them in, but it's spawning them in at 0, 0, all of them. Okay. Oh, you know what? That's why. Because once I change this to a vector, it zeroed that out. There we go. For the sake of testing this, let's set our base speed to. Let's just reduce that a lot. Just for this. Why is this not disappearing? Well, either way, it seems to be working. We'll go over here. Uh, Same thing. Level part here. Um, we'll go like this. I think we need a essentially this here. We'll go level part. Add one. And then otherwise, that's kind of it. And we'll need to make a transform. So this is, again, same thing. This just indicates that we're taking the max count, adding one to it. And then otherwise it's like, should be the last one in the line. So once we've completed, we do the loop. We're doing all this in the loop. We could probably turn this into a function. I remember there was a way to do that. I don't remember how offhand. We'll do that in the future once we're organizing. But for the purposes of today, are just creating this stuff. Let's see. Okay. Oh, didn't set this what I had. And so now we got the starting position and then 3 pieces of road neatly laid out. My GP loop low. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's kind of a starting point. So if we change this to, let's say, 10, let's lower the, while we're here, is there a way to just reduce the visuals for the player? Because I don't need the highest visuals. Qualiter. Is that a thing once I get the thing once I'm running it? Level editor play. This is what I meant to look at. Combination, that's fine. I forget if there's like an equivalent of a graphics quality setting or not for these. lot of price. Here we go. That should hopefully reduce your usage. Because I don't care about, like, for the purposes of all. Is there, this also apply to the, see what this looks like. Let's get rid of, it's just FPS doesn't tell me anything. I want like a GPU usage if possible. What is G? It just says GPU. This is just so I'm not like killing my GPU as I'm trying to do things, as I'm testing stuff out. I could look at task managers. That's weird. Oh, okay. I have two GPUs. I guess one is technically the one built into the CPU, but I don't know why that one's the default. So let's turn the stats, or rather, I don't care about the GPU one. Oh, this again. I don't again. I can see all this stuff. Set the scalability back to, what was it? That pick. Yeah. Epic. Let's turn that down because we don't care. So. Okay, GPU usage is much less. Good. Let's put on low. Even lower. All right, cool. This isn't gonna be, we're not here for the visuals today, we're here for mechanics. And actual, yes. Okay, so what do we need from the end inputs as far as the level end? Is there anything? I think so. Because we don't need any inputs. This is all here. This is weird, but actually I think it matters because we're gonna need basically the X and Y position. Or the, yeah, we're gonna need the location of the previous piece so that we can place it based off of that info, based on that data. Because we're not doing purely straight line, so it will have to be based off the previous position. Let's see. Trying to think of how I want to do this. Like in code, I could probably figure it out, no problem. Just a matter of like the logistics of the stuff. Because we'll want the input having the offset, the previous pieces vector, and then add the like add the offset to that. Yeah, so we'll take this piece offset. So we'll add um This we could break. We don't need this. We need this and this and this. Then we'll go this. That works out. Did I figure that out right? Actually, this could probably just be place level art. And then what we'll do is it'll go hmm. We'll return the actor so that we get so that the new one so that we could just feed itself back. Um, it's recursive. Be a recursive function in a way. Um, all right, so let's look at this a different way. Spawn the initial. Hmm. All right, let's break this. What we're doing is we're taking this. Nope. That. Uh, get form, form. Actually, the input will need the class, so we'll need another input. Do that because this will be a generic function. Um, do that. We'll go art. Funny. Uh, break transform. It's of this. You go. Take the initial one. Add the offset. I think we're good to keep going. Realize that but yeah, well, so I want to take the previous one, feed it back into the loop, and then it should offset it. Doing that at the end of the loop, sort of the yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna step away. Figure some. Okay, so where we were have I think I'll keep going for another say 45 minutes ish. See, I want to be done by 6 at the very latest, 6 p.m. So it is currently, oh, clock is not, whatever, 4:45. Anyway, so we want take this. We're gonna need this. This will go need the index. We'll say 0 because we're taking previous x previous pre part. I will take previous part location, add the offset. I think that's what we want. Previous part location, dead in, set. So in this case, this is where we'll have to break this up. Why? Or am I doing this right? Make vector. Here to here. Here to here. Here to here. I here to here to here. Wait, yeah. So index times this. Am I doing this right? Mm-mm. I think we're running into this problem where um Go here for the first one. Let's get you this first one. Place the first part. Sorry, this is messy. Go into here. And then we'll go here. I think that's what I want. I think that's what made it awkward, because there wasn't like it wasn't feeding into itself. What do we got? Part count. Yes. How do you make a recursive function? Because I don't want to just go. Maybe what I need to do is do this stuff in the do a separate function that'll do the loop. So that it is let's start with yeah, or yeah. With this, we'll do this. This will be how we do. I think we still need the part location. I'm gonna offset the initial offset. We'll take this. This is our this. Let's redo this. We're gonna go for parts. We'll go this into here. Break this. Transform. Form. Need that in there. Okay. Now here we'll go take that initial offset, multiply by X amount. Start with index 1. I think this is, so I'll need to do this. This will be here. I'm going to multiply by this. Oh, wait. We need to go, sorry. This goes into here. So the offset will go in there. And then we'll take this. It'll have to be way down here. Look at the initial piece, we're adding it to this, whatever's getting multiplied. Adding the Y. It's there. Okay. So these are the 3 outputs. These are coming into, I'm gonna make a new vector. And then this is our thing. Oh. All right. Initial position, add index of the loop, sort it by cert amount, and then we'll add that to the initial. Create a, yeah, I think this is how I want it. But see how this actually works. This is without the end. Okay, so maybe I do need that. Set that initial index to 0. I thought I had that. I thought this was right, but I guess. Oh, right, because Am I doing that? This doesn't seem right. Yeah, something seems off. I don't know why that's the case. Like, why would this be the... Because we're feeding this in. Oh, right, right, right. Because we're adding the offset already. Hmm. Sam kind of surprised it lined up well. It's still laying out all the pieces. Should, and I think when we're done here, get uh, we'll get the transform. Break that. And then I think we just need a... Oh, no, no, no. This is... No. This is this. Oh, that. A student output. It's actor. We're gonna take this. Oh, this. I'll put the last actor in the string. Please. I don't know if this is how it's gonna work or not. But we'll figure it out. This might be some scope issue. Go back here. We'll go. Place level part. Transform. I suppose I could have just, shortcutted this, but that's this. I don't think that's right. This looks right in terms of like position of that level end piece. So it's got the should have all these. This should be like 10 pieces of road essentially, and then a level end piece at the end. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's the end. Cool. So it kind of did its job. Let's say there are 3 pieces just to shorten things up. I don't have like a good way of I don't have a good like mesh or texture to like indicate to like tile these out because Yeah, that worked. Um, it's probably a good place to stop for today. Been streaming for a bit. It's 3 hours, I feel. Uh, Unfortunate blue screen at the first hour, roughly. But progress has been made. I think the next thing to work on is to add some variability to the placement of those levels. Probably want some kind of some more definable way to see this, what these pieces look like, other than just because it is just like a texture, a tiled texture that you stretching the whole distance of this, and you're like, I don't know where this begins. So I suppose I could add some kind of simple marker at a cube. This shouldn't have any collision. Nope, that's the wrong direction. Oh, one. Is that the right? Huh, wow, I got it right. I think just one is fine. And we will set this at, what is this? No. Can I do the math in here? I can. That's cool. All right, that's probably a good place to actually. Hopefully that doesn't. I don't think it would. It is just a cube, but see, see the segments. Yeah, it did. um, we turn off the collision for this. No collision. Do I have one extra? I have one extra, don't I? Well, I have one extra piece, even though. Yeah, I have 3 pieces. I should. Whatever. That's an easy fix. It's dumb. All right. This should fix that. So it should just be 3 pieces. Yeah, 3 pieces of road because that's all I asked for. I don't want these numbers messing things up. All right, that's a good stopping point for today. Uh, got that truck swinging a little bit. It's not quite there yet. I'll require some. Maybe I'll do that. Look into that more. Might have to try to figure out how to do a proper physics constraint and all that. But yeah, and then also the level layout thing. I want it so that it has a little bit more variability. It's like a straight. Probably some randomness. I'm not sure if I want to go there yet. Maybe we'll start with um maybe we'll start having it just automatically do like a slight curve, and then I don't know. We'll figure it out. Actually, it could. I suppose having curve data is a possibility. Um, let's quickly check this out while we're here, because I still have time before I have other things going on this evening. So, how do curves work? Oh, would I need to float the one I want? Because X is always going to be for the same amount. It's the Y. So yeah, like I think that's how it would work. I could technically use curve, but that's for future. Well, we could use that as like input for I don't know. Well, I don't think I would want to use that necessarily because I do want it to just be more procedural, and I don't think curve data is gonna. So, but that's for future stream when I'm figuring that stuff out. Once we figure out the actual proceduralness of it. Um, my plan going forward is to stream this probably daily, like during weekdays. Um, so like starting next Monday, I think, and then going forward, streaming this for a few hours, morning, afternoon time. I've not figured out a specific, but play it, play it by ear, try to settle into a rhythm. And I'm gonna have these are gonna be like fairly loose, similar today. Stepping away to take care of some occasional chore, or whatever. But um, yeah, that's it for me today. Um, yeah, these will be also archived on YouTube channel, which if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you here today watching, just for stopping by and all that. All later, not letter words. Anyway, see ya.